systemic oppression of minority groups in America. And this is tailored off of stereotypes, prejudices, I guess it is, of different racial groups and racial categories.
Just looking at a person and making those assumptions about them based on their race, the stereotypes and stuff that people tend to think are associated with somebody's race. It's not a good thing. I think that's kind of speaks for itself, but it's treating someone in a different way based solely on the way they look, which is messed up.
When you discriminate against somebody because of the color of their skin.
I do not think we are in a post-racial society, and I will say that because we are still dealing with the after effects of slavery at this very moment, so I'm going to repeat that, but there's still underdevelopment in many black communities around America, and there's still underlying, I guess, what's the word? Underlying stereotypes that kind of affect the communities and minority communities around the U.S. That hinder them from being successful in the future, and that still continues to hinder them today. So I don't think we're in a post-racial society. We're still in a racial society, unfortunately. But we have to keep in mind that progression is the way to go. So we're progressing, but we're not progressing at the rate that we need to be progressing at.
No, I don't at all. I don't think at all. I think that there's still a lot of good people out there that want to work towards it and want to achieve it. But are we there yet? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Let's not kid ourselves. There's no way. I don't know if there's ever going to be a post-racism era. I think it's just kind of human nature. We have this different color of skin. We're raised looking in the mirror at our skin color, and we need to just learn to deal with that and all get along. It doesn't make us any different from each other.
I'm not gonna even lie. I think everybody's guilty of stereotyping people. Basically because you get that first look, you gotta judge the book by its cover, and then immediately you start meeting that person, and you get to know that person, and actually deep down you're like, oh shit, why did I do that? I don't know if I'm supposed to cuss, but I think I do stereotype different races. I live in Texas, so I run in with a lot of Hispanic groups all the time, and so my 5th grade year, I remember this to the T. My best friend is Peruvian, but I called her Mexican, and it was the worst thing in the whole entire world. We're best friends till this day, but she had to correct me and was I'm not Mexican, I'm from Peru, and we had this whole conversation, and I was in 5th grade. So that happens very often. So I will say, because I live in Texas, Hispanic and black folks don't really, but they butt heads all the time. So we have to make sure that we're conversing about these things and making sure that we're able to have dialogue about, our differences. A moment where I have been stereotyped, I'm often called the angry black woman, and I will say I'm not angry all the time. I'm actually generally a happy person. I actually like to have fun in the sun and listen to country music and all of that type of stuff. So I'm actually a really nice person, but because I'm so vocal, I think it gets confused with being angry. So I have to be aware of what I say at any moment, at any given point of time, because I'm a great person, I don't know. I'm just a vocal person, and I'm egotistical sometimes, so that's that.
I feel almost inadvertently, I don't think anybody can say that they've never stereotyped against another person. I feel a lot of times people don't necessarily realize it at first, and then they kind of come to that realization that it's oh well, yeah, that I probably shouldn't have assumed that based on them, based on their identity. It's kind of comes with getting to know the person. I feel before you know somebody, you're more likely to kind of judge them based on what you've heard from other people, which is usually based on what they've heard from other people and kind of down the line. So I feel like I don't want to say that I've never stereotyped, because honestly I think I have. It's never been on purpose, but I feel like everybody kind of it comes with life. As sad as it sounds, you don't really realize it until it happens to you.
All right, so I'm from Clarence, which is like a little farm town. Not a little farm town, but about 40 minutes from here. And throughout Buffalo, we are the rich white kids. And so when I first came to NU, everyone I meet, I say I'm from Clarence, they go, oh, do you live in a mansion? What kind of car do you have? Or have you ever seen a black person? So, yeah.